wondered what genetically modified plants are and why they are important? Simply put, genetically modified plants, often referred to as GM plants, are those that have undergone changes in their DNA through a process known as genetic engineering. This process allows scientists to introduce new traits into a plant or enhance existing ones by directly manipulating its genetic makeup. It's like outfitting a plant with superpowers. From increasing crop yield, improving nutritional content, to reducing the need for pesticides, genetic modifications can make plants stronger, healthier, and more beneficial for us. But genetic modification doesn't just stop at improving the plants we consume. It can also help plants withstand harsh environmental conditions, such as drought or high salinity, and even extend the shelf life of fruits and vegetables. Now that we have an idea about genetically modified plants, let's delve into their pros and cons. Genetically modified plants come with a host of advantages. Let's explore some of them. First off, we have increased crop yield. Genetically modified plants are often engineered to be more resistant to pests and diseases, which means farmers can harvest more from the same amount of land. More crops, more food, and more profits. It's a win-win-win. Next, there's improved nutritional content. Genetic modification isn't just about making plants stronger, it's about making them better. By tweaking a plant's genetic code, scientists can enhance its nutritional profile, providing us with better access to essential nutrients. Imagine a world where your daily spinach serving could pack twice the iron, or your rice could provide an extra dose of vitamin A. Then there's the reduced need for pesticides. Some genetically modified crops are designed to resist pests on their own, reducing our reliance on chemical pesticides. This promotes environmentally friendly farming practices and helps keep our waterways clean. But that's not all. Genetic modifications can also give plants the ability to tolerate harsh environmental conditions, like drought or high salinity, making our crops more resilient and our food supply more secure. And don't forget about extended shelf life. Certain modifications can help fruits and vegetables stay fresh for longer, reducing food waste and saving us money at the grocery store. Lastly, let's talk about environmental benefits. Reduced pesticide use and increased crop efficiency contribute to a lower environmental impact, which is something we can all appreciate. While these benefits make genetically modified plants seem like a dream come true, they also come with their share of concerns. Despite the numerous benefits, genetically modified plants also have their downsides. Let's delve into some of them. Firstly, the long-term environmental and health effects of consuming genetically modified crops are yet to be fully understood. This ambiguity leads to concerns about potential risks we may not foresee today. Secondly, the cultivation of genetically modified crops may negatively impact biodiversity. These crops could gradually dominate and phase out traditional varieties, leading to a loss of genetic diversity. This is a significant concern for our planet's rich biodiversity. Moving on, there's a risk of crossbreeding between genetically modified crops and wild plants. This crossbreeding could create unintended consequences in ecosystems, disrupting the balance of nature. Ethical concerns also come into play. Issues related to ownership of genetic information, patenting, and control of seed sources have raised ethical questions about the commercialization of genetically modified crops. These concerns highlight the need for robust regulations and strict oversight in the field of genetic modification. Next, there are concerns about the potential introduction of new allergens or health risks due to genetic modifications. Although rigorous testing is typically conducted, the possibility of overlooked risks still exists. Lastly, pests and diseases may evolve resistance to the modifications over time. This would necessitate the continuous development of new genetic traits, creating an ongoing cycle of modification and resistance. Clearly, genetically modified plants have both their advantages and disadvantages. So, genetically modified plants, a boon or a bane? On one hand, they promise increased crop yields, improved nutritional content, and a reduced need for pesticides. They can also be engineered to withstand harsh environmental conditions like drought and high salinity, and even have an extended shelf life, reducing food waste. Not to mention, they contribute to lower environmental impact. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The long-term environmental and health effects of consuming these crops remain a mystery. Their cultivation could potentially impact biodiversity negatively, and crossbreeding with wild plants could create unforeseen consequences. Ethical concerns surrounding ownership of genetic information and control of seed sources also exist. Plus, there's the potential introduction of new allergens and health risks, and the evolution of pest and disease resistance. Ultimately, the decision to use genetically modified plants hinges on a balance between their potential benefits and risks. It's a fascinating topic that continues to evolve.